What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to your channel. Today's video is going to be an interesting one. I'm probably going to end up in a tactical Rob thumbnail for this one, but you know, hey, to each their own, I suppose. So for today's video, guys, I just wanted to sit down and share my thoughts on the upcoming offseason, what I am doing. You know, I'm no longer on the Seattle Surge, as I'm sure 98.97 of you are aware by this point. They squad wiped our entire roster, including Joey. So I'm an unrestricted free agent for the first time in 2 years, or since franchising started in the first place. So that means that I have the freedom to do essentially whatever I want. You know, if I get whatever offer, or you know, if I go whatever team, it's completely up to me, which in Call of Duty is a very rare occurrence. With the current contract structuring of franchising, you get 1+1, so you're signed for guaranteed 1 year, and then it's an org option for your second year that isn't up to you. And then once those 2 years are over, you are an unrestricted free agent. Every single player that's signed at the beginning of franchising, that's kept with their organization, you know, I think Seth, Formal, people like that, their contracts are up during this offseason. So there's going to be a lot of roster shakeups. It's going to be very similar to the Modern Warfare offseason when we were moving into franchising. Hopefully there'll be some banger rosters. We'll have to see. But, you know, I just want to make this video to give my thoughts on Seattle as a whole. I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of my opinions, and I'm really not going to use the video to bash it too much. Yeah, like I said, you guys are pretty well aware of how I feel about Seattle, but there were some good people. I had some good memories there. You know, we just got dealt a really bad hand for a while. It felt like, you know, with the pandemic happening, moving to online COD, you know, just the roster construction, the decision making, just how things were ran as a whole, they really weren't optimal for at least myself. I'm not going to speak on anyone else's behalf, but for me personally, it just really wasn't that great of an experience, if I'm being honest. There was definitely a lot to be desired. A lot of it also wasn't their fault. Like I said, with the pandemic and things, you have to make the best of a really bad situation. So like I said, thankfully got to keep playing, kept my job, but just the things that could have been done throughout the 2 years of my stint on Seattle weren't great. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious as to what I'm going to be doing in the offseason, what teams I'm looking at, what opportunities that I do have. And as of right now, Champs literally just ended. I do have a few places in mind that I would like to play. But right now, I am wholeheartedly promising you guys that I have no idea, because of the amount of like things that happen during the offseason that a lot of you guys aren't even aware of. That shit hasn't even started yet. Like, there's periods during the off season for like months or probably weeks at a time where you're just every day waking up, talking to players, talking to organizations. And I'm waiting for that to hit before I really solidify what I want to do. Obviously, like I said, I have places in mind, but before I can't really make an informed decision until I understand who's free agents, you know, what is the opportunities that I'm going to have and things like that. All I know is that I really hope it's somewhat smooth, because like the last two off seasons have been fucking awful in every single like definition of the word. It's been the most stressful times of my life, and just dealing with like I said, the phone calls and talking to organizations and players and stuff like that. It's a headache, man. It is stressful. It takes years off of my life. So touching on Seattle just a little bit more, I mentioned it in my one of my previous videos. I don't remember which one, but the reasoning for me signing there, I already talked about it. But if I could, you know, like change some things, I definitely would over the last 2 years. But it's really difficult because you make one decision and that decision locks you for 2 years, and then, you know, after that, it's kind of difficult to have some wiggle room and change things around. So that's why after the 2 years, that's when you see major roster shakeups, because again, the power is back in the players' hands to do what they want to do, is, you know, barring they get offers, obviously. So thank you to a couple of people at Seattle. I'm not going to name names because everyone that I don't name would be really mad at me. I had some really good memories there. I met a lot of great people. It's just, like I said, wasn't the place for me at the end of the day, which is okay. You know, hopefully they find a good roster to make a name for themselves. We didn't get last this season. We got 9th, I think. I'm pretty sure we got 9th on a nice Major 5 run, so that's pretty cool. Milan 11 won in Hardpoint on LAN. We only lost to Optic on LAN. We beat every other team that we played, so I mean, that's pretty cool. LAN's all right, I guess, but the whole online shit, that's for the birds, man. It was just such a bad mental state for me. Just the 2 years, man, of just getting shit on. I tweeted it when I announced I was a free agent. I was like, dude, I felt like I was watching COD for like 2 years. Like, I was competing, still trying to win, still trying to go hard, but I felt like I was floating above my fucking body, like watching the league. It was the worst experience of my life, and I never want to feel that way again. Like, I want to be every single tournament in the contention for winning. So hopefully during the offseason I can put myself around people that are capable of doing that with me. That's not a knock to my old teammates at all or anything like that. It's just shit is just hard, man. Like the competition now in the league compared to years past is just it's miles ahead. And quick side note, congratulations to FaZe on winning champs. I feel like that's kind of like the Golden State Warriors winning the NBA finals, but you know, congrats to those guys. Alec, if you end up watching this, you torched my 2 years, but you got a ring out of it. So you know what? I can't be too mad. Congrats, buddy. You know, I'm going to try to do my best to keep you guys updated. For those of you guys that have been watching me for a little while, you should know that I'm a relatively transparent person when it comes to stuff like that. I always say my opinion, good or bad. I probably shouldn't, but you know, I always keep it 100, and I never, I don't really sugarcoat shit, and I don't really beat around the bush most of the time. So things are happening most of the time. I will let you guys know, you know, like I said, barring some shit, obviously, if I can say it, then I will. So those of you guys that stuck with me throughout those last 2 years and are following me wherever I go, love you guys. Thank you all so much for the support. You know, you guys make this shit possible for me, and it's an experience that very few get to have. So I'm thankful for the opportunity that I do have, and I'm thankful for you guys even giving me a platform to do the stupid shit that I do on a daily basis. So like I said, if you guys are going to follow me from Seattle to wherever I end up next, I really appreciate it, man. You guys are all phenomenal people. And to those of you guys that watch my YouTube videos and my once a year streams and all the stuff, and you know, social media, it's insane to me. You know, I don't really get too sappy in YouTube or in videos or anything, but I feel like you guys deserve a thank you. It's been tough, man. It's been really tough. So hopefully wherever I end up, it'll put me in a good mental state, because like I said, it's not been great. So that is going to do it for today's video. I will keep you guys updated if I can. Like I said, if I'm allowed to say what's happening, then I will. So thank you guys for watching. As always, have a fantastic rest of your day.